Southeast Asia is a region steeped in rich cultural traditions, and one of the most fascinating aspects of this heritage is the deep-rooted superstitions that influence everyday life. These beliefs have been passed down through generations, blending folklore, religious practices, and local customs into a tapestry of intriguing and sometimes eerie convictions. Let's take a journey through some of the most widely held superstitions across Southeast Asia, where everyday actions can carry significant and sometimes unexpected consequences. In the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia, a simple act like whistling at night can be more than just a harmless habit. It's believed that whistling after dark isn't just bad manners. It's thought to attract wandering spirits or ghosts into your home. Imagine the unsettling thought of inviting an unseen presence with just a tune. This belief keeps many people from whistling once the sun goes down, preserving the silence of the night as a form of protection. Moving over to Thailand, the Philippines, and Vietnam, you'll find that sweeping the floor after sunset is more than just an inconvenient chore. It's considered an act that could sweep away your good fortune. According to superstition, the act of sweeping at night may invite bad luck into your home, as it symbolizes the removal of prosperity and wealth. So, if you're living in these countries, it might be best to leave the broom aside until morning. Children in Malaysia and Indonesia are often at the center of another common superstition. If someone accidentally steps over a child, it's believed that this could stunt the child's growth. This belief is so ingrained that if it happens, the person must step back over the child to reverse the bad luck. It's a practice that highlights the community's deep concern for the well-being and development of their young ones. Numbers carry powerful symbolism in Southeast Asia, and in Vietnam, Singapore, and Malaysia, the number 4 is particularly feared. This is because the word for 4 sounds similar to the word for death in Chinese, making it an unlucky number that is often avoided in daily life. Buildings might skip the 4th floor entirely, and you'll rarely find it in room numbers or phone numbers. People go to great lengths to avoid this ominous digit. Cutting your nails might seem like a routine activity, but in Thailand and the Philippines, doing so at night is considered extremely unlucky. The superstition goes that cutting your nails after dark could shorten your lifespan or bring about misfortune. This belief likely originates from a time when nighttime grooming was seen as risky due to the lack of proper lighting, but it has since evolved into a widely observed custom. As pregnant women in Southeast Asia must navigate a world filled with superstitions, especially when it comes to attending funerals. In Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia, it's believed that a pregnant woman attending a funeral could attract negative spirits to her unborn child. To protect both herself and her baby, it's common for expectant mothers to avoid funerals entirely, emphasizing the region's deep respect for the spiritual world and the unseen forces that are believed to influence it. Another interesting belief in Malaysia and Singapore is the superstition around pointing at the moon. This seemingly harmless act could result in your ear being cut, according to local law. The superstition warns that pointing at the moon is disrespectful to the celestial body, and it could bring about a painful punishment. So, when admiring the night sky, it's best to keep your hands to yourself. In the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia, the sight of a black butterfly fluttering into your home can be an unsettling experience. This is because black butterflies are often seen as omens of death or bad news. If one enters your house, it's believed that you might soon receive news of a death or face some other unfortunate event. This superstition reflects the deep connection between nature and the spiritual world in Southeast Asian cultures. When dining in Vietnam or Thailand, be mindful of how you place your chopsticks. Sticking them upright in a bowl of rice is considered highly unlucky, as it resembles the way incense sticks are offered to the dead during funeral rites. This small gesture carries significant meaning, and avoiding it shows respect for the customs surrounding life and death in these cultures. Rain on your wedding day might be considered a nuisance in many parts of the world, but in Thailand and the Philippines, it's actually seen as a blessing. The superstition holds that rain on your big day is a sign of prosperity, fertility, and good fortune for the newlyweds. So if you find yourself caught in a downpour on your wedding day in Southeast Asia, don't despair. Embrace it as a sign of good things to come. Opening an umbrella indoors is another practice steeped in superstition, especially in Thailand, Vietnam, and Malaysia. It's believed that doing so invites evil spirits or brings misfortune into the home. This superstition likely stems from the practical dangers of opening large umbrellas indoors, but it has since taken on a more spiritual meaning, warning against disrupting the balance between the physical and spiritual worlds. Garlic isn't just a cooking staple in Southeast Asia, it's also a powerful protective tool. In Malaysia and Indonesia, hanging garlic by your door is believed to ward off evil spirits and negative energy. This practice is similar to Western beliefs about garlic repelling vampires, and it highlights the universal use of natural elements in spiritual protection across different cultures. Geckos are common in Southeast Asia, but their calls carry special significance in Indonesia and Malaysia. It's believed that the number of times a gecko calls, known as a tokai, can predict your future. Some numbers are considered lucky, while others might be seen as a bad omen, making the humble gecko a surprising source of divination. Pregnant women in the Philippines and Indonesia are often told to satisfy their food cravings, no matter how unusual. The superstition goes that if a pregnant woman's cravings aren't met, her baby could be born with a deformity or birthmark. This belief reflects the importance placed on the well-being of both mother and child, encouraging families to indulge expectant mothers as a way of ensuring a healthy pregnancy. Finally, if you're sleeping in Thailand or the Philippines, be mindful of where your bed is positioned. It's believed that sleeping with your bed facing a mirror can attract negative energy or even spirits into your life. Mirrors are thought to be portals to the spiritual world, and this superstition serves as a reminder to keep your living space harmonious and free from potential disturbances. These superstitions offer a fascinating glimpse into the rich cultural tapestry of Southeast Asia, where everyday actions are imbued with deeper meanings and spiritual significance. Whether you believe in them or not, they're a testament to the enduring power of tradition and the ways in which people seek to navigate the unknown forces that shape their lives. So, the next time you find yourself in Southeast Asia, keep these superstitions in mind. You never know when they might come in handy.